Don't forget, ko-fi.com/stopwritingalone is a real simple way to show your support for what's going on here week after week. Hi everyone, this is Nicole Rivera and you're listening to the Stop Writing Alone podcast for writers who are looking for their writing community. I know you want to find readers for your work, but I think your first step is to connect with other writers. That's what we're going to do here in the Stop Writing Alone podcast. We'll do writing prompts and other writing group activities, discover online writing communities, learn how to find local writing groups, or how to make your own. Join us as we explore, learn, and write. Hi everyone, this is Nicole Rivera and you're listening to Stop Writing Alone. This week's episode is sponsored by Diana Gunn and Business for Authors. Are you ready to start taking your author career seriously? Diana Gunn has spent the past decade helping businesses improve their branding and marketing. And now she's bringing that knowledge to help authors like you. Sign up for her Business for Authors newsletter at businessforauthors.com. to receive a free author career planning workbook, bi-weekly business tips for authors, discounts on author services, and more. That's businessforauthors.com. Now let's get started with this week's episode. I want to begin by saying Happy New Year and welcome to 2020. It feels a bit surreal, a bit sci-fi to think that we are in the year 2020. And to that end, I thought I would start off this year by quoting a great sci-fi author, and that is Ray Bradbury. He passed away a number of years ago, but has tons of fantastic advice for writers. But this is one of my favorites, and it comes from a keynote address that he gave in 2001 at the 6th Annual Writers' Symposium by the Sea, which was sponsored by Point Loma Nazarene University. The keynote address is entitled Telling the Truth. But here's the quote, and if you've been listening and looking for advice from writers, as much as I have, I'm sure you will have heard at least a piece of this quote sometime in your travels. But if not, here we go. Ray Bradbury says, the best hygiene for beginning writers or intermediate writers is to write a hell of a lot of short stories. If you can write one short story a week, it doesn't matter what the quality is to start, but at least you're practicing. And at the end of the year, you have 52 short stories, and I defy you to write 52 bad ones. Can't be done. At the end of 30 weeks or 40 weeks or at the end of the year, all of a sudden a story will come that's just wonderful. So I came upon this quote, or at least a piece of it, this idea of writing 52 short stories in 52 weeks, back when I was doing my first round of blogging right after I left teaching. And I thought, wow, that's a really, really great point. And I did attempt to write 52 short stories in 52 weeks. And I struggled because at the time I did not have like a solid community around me to help support me in the endeavor. And I also just struggled with finding 52 things to write about over the course of like every week, to come up with something else. My brain would get sort of stuck in the land and the space and the characters of the story of the previous week, and I found it hard to come up with something new every single week. So here's what I'm thinking for 2020. I'd like to try this again because I think this is fantastic advice, and I am really enjoying practicing writing short stories right now. So I kind of want to dive in and try to do 52 short stories in the next 52 weeks. And I would like to invite you to join me. And here's what I'm going to do to get us all to rally together around this. I have 52 writing prompts that I am going to share with you once per week on my YouTube channel, which is NV Rivera. So you just go to YouTube and search N as in Nancy, V as in Victor, and then my last name, Rivera. And you will get my channel, which right now doesn't really have a lot. But starting on this Friday, which will be January 3rd, 2020, I will have a video of a writing prompt that will be our first week short story, first of 52. And each week I will go on the YouTube channel, and of course I'll share the video in the Stop Writing Alone community. This way we can all try to write 52 short stories. And yeah, some of them are going to be terrible, and some might not even make it over the finish line. But if we keep trying and if we keep showing up, as Bradbury says, it's going to be kind of hard not to at least come up with one that is worth the time and effort. So, as I said, one of my issues in the past in doing this is that I didn't feel like I had the community support to get through it. So I also created a Facebook group specific for anyone that would like to join this challenge. And the group is Swap 52 Club. And the reason it's SWAP, it's SWAP, is because that's an acronym for Stop Writing Alone Podcast. But I thought it also might be a nice space for us to swap our stories. If we want to start sharing stories together and support each other, then that could be a great place to do that together. So I will have the links for all of these things in the show notes, the links to the YouTube channel where I'll be creating our prompt videos once per week, a link to the Facebook community Swap 52 Club, and I guess that's the only links for right now. I mean, I'll share the links for our Facebook page and group for Stop Writing Alone so that you can join those if you haven't already. But I would love to see if anybody else is excited about doing this challenge. And look, if you don't think you can do 52 stories in 52 weeks, perhaps you've already set a writing goal for yourself and this is just like, nope, it's not going to fit in. You don't have to be there for all 52 weeks. If you want to just come in and do maybe 1 week per month and just join in and share with us, I would love to see everybody just sharing their writing. It would be, I think it could be a lot of fun. So that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you this week. But I do want to say that some of the prompts that I'll be sharing, of course, if there's 52 for the whole year, there's going to be some, if you've been here at Stop Writing Alone, there's going to be some prompts that you've probably heard me do before, but there will be some new ones. I will be sharing the resources whenever I have them. If it's not a prompt that I made up myself and it's one that I have sort of borrowed from someone else, I will definitely let you know where that came from. So if you love it and you want to see more from that person or book or writing game, whatever it is, you can then go out and get that for yourself, because it's really one of my goals with this podcast was really just to share resources for writers of all levels, and I feel like this is a really great place for me to do that. I will say this, I'll give you a sneak peek of the first writing prompt that we're going to do and tell you that it is going to require that you bring a book, your favorite book or the book that you're reading now. If you have a book that you really love, just have it in hand as you get ready for the first writing prompt of 2020, because we are going to use that to begin our writing exercise for our first story of the year. Other than that, if you want to get a dedicated notebook that you write all your stories in, or if you just want to set up a separate file on your computer, whatever way you feel most comfortable writing for writing prompts. I think I've told you, for some reason, when I'm doing a writing prompt, I always feel I am so much more productive if I use a notebook and I write more tangibly in that way. I don't know why. Something about short stories I like to handwrite over typing. Meanwhile, anytime I sit down to write a novel, I cannot even imagine handwriting it. So I don't know, just different parts of the brain, I guess. So whatever it is that helps you tap into that muse more easily, make sure you have it with you. But I'm really looking forward to this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're excited about this. Use hashtag swap52club either on Twitter, where I'm at NV_Rivera, or if you want to take a picture of the tools that you're going to use for the challenge of 52 stories in 52 weeks, then go ahead and share it on Instagram. And you can tag me also at NV_Rivera and use that hashtag swap52club so that we can all share our stories as we keep going through this year. I'm super duper excited. I'm hoping I won't be doing this alone. So let me know what you would like to accomplish this year, if it is all 52 stories, if it's just getting some more writing prompts. If you have some other goal already set up for 2020, I'd love to hear about it. But this is something that I would like to try, and I'd love to invite you to join me. So here we go, guys. We're going to do it. We're going to write 52 stories in 52 weeks, or at least tackle 52 prompts in 52 weeks, and see how it goes. But thanks again for listening. I hope you had a great holiday season. Mine was a little wackadoo, up and down, but in the end, had some great times. And I'm so excited about what's coming next. And there's more. It's not just this 52 stories in 52 weeks, but I'm going to stay a little hushed until all the details are finalized for other cool and exciting things to come. Have a great week. Thanks for listening. And I will talk to you again next week, but hopefully we'll see you before then. Happy New Year. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe to the Stop Writing Alone podcast wherever you're listening to this episode today. Then connect with us on Facebook at Stop Writing Alone Facebook page, or in the Stop Writing Alone with Nicole Rivera Facebook group. Check Instagram or Twitter, where I'm at NV_Rivera, to find links to our email newsletter.